Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Sir Worldwide. This is my partner here, Sir Drinks a Lot.
Sir Drinks a Lot.
This ain't about drinking. This is a serious subject we're going to talk about.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the violence in the United States here and the killings of people of color. It's been happening way too long. A lot of us know about Trayvon Martin. Let's go back a little bit to Emmett Till. Look, black people being killed at an alarming rate, and it's not going down. Yeah, we have a big hero named Muhammad Ali, okay? And he's a hero because he decided, I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong. He didn't want to go kill people in Southeast Asia. We got another hero who people don't want to call him a hero. His name is Colin Kaepernick. He's a hero just like Muhammad Ali because he stood for something that needed to be, people needed to take notice on this, right? Now here we are in 2019, the end of 2019 just about. We got a new year coming, 2020. And just a few days ago, a police officer killed a black woman in her home. Miss Jefferson died from bullets from a police officer who didn't even announce that he was a police officer. So these killings going on and on and on. We go back to Trayvon Martin. Like, what do you think? I mean, you know, it's like...
I just don't understand it. I mean, he goes to, the police officer goes to this lady's house, supposed to be on a wellness check. And, first of all, then he sees some movement. He's around the back, him and his partner. He sees some movement inside the house. You think that he would announce that he was a police officer, but he doesn't. So, and from the angle that I seen he was standing, all he had to do was step back out of the front of the window, so he couldn't have been shot if he thought he was going to be shot, and announce, "I'm a police officer. Is everything okay in there?" And then the lady would have said, Miss Jefferson would have, I know she would have said, "Oh yes, we're fine. I thought you was a prowler. Everything is fine in here." And then that would have been the end of it. That lady would have been alive today if he had just said, "I'm a police officer." But he just see some movement and then shoot. He could have shot her 8-year-old nephew. He could have killed him.
She's playing a video game with her nephew.
I mean, I don't
in her bedroom.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me how that you don't even announce yourself. All he was like, "Put your hands up. Show me your hands." Pow. I mean, first of all, how could he even see somebody's hand through through the window where the window was? I mean, he just shot. I mean, to me, I don't understand that, man. That's why I'm glad he was charged with murder.
Yes. And it's almost like this happens so frequently that it's almost like it's open season on people of color. In fact, I was listening to Mr. Steve Harvey's show, and he had a gentleman on his show named, his name was Benjamin Crump, and he has a book out called Open Season. I'll listen to this man talk about what's going on here in the United States. Buy that book, Open Season, because it's open season on us. It is. I mean, these police. Okay, look, we did a post. I think it was last year. I don't know. There've been so many killings in this country. Maybe last year we did this post about how law enforcement should be trained in this country. I think what I said was, and I'm gonna say it right now. All law enforcement in this country should be trained the same way the CIA and the FBI is trained. There should be no deviation from that. Because you look at Fort Worth, where this woman was just killed 2 days ago, right?
Right.
Now, I'm sure police officers were probably, or they should be trained to announce we are the police before they take any sort of action.
Right.
It didn't happen in this case. So it means that their training there is like,
that should be basic. Yes, be basic. When you go to someone's home and you see something, you say, "Police." I mean, you can watch cop shows on TV, which is not even real. That's Hollywood. Right. And the first thing they say is, "Police, put your hands up."
Yeah, let me see your hands.
Police. This dude is like he
had no training.
Yeah, like he had no
training. So we're
training.
assuming that department there in that city, They don't train their police officers properly. So it's not just that city. I think, as I said earlier, it's going to be redundant here. Train these police officers or law enforcement across the country the same way CIA and FBI is trained. I know the Israelis train a lot of our police officers in this country, right? Maybe they all should be trained across the country the same way. Then we probably would have less killings of people of color. That's necessary. You know, I mean, it's sad to lose a life, especially in a stupid manner like the way this went down.
Yeah, and that poor little kid, man, 8 years old, he'll always remember his aunt getting shot right in front of him. So that kid has to go eat. Now, he's taking counseling right now, but that's something that'll haunt that poor kid for the rest of his life. I mean, just 1 minute, him and his auntie are having fun playing video games, and the next minute a bullet comes through her window, and she's dead.
He'll never forget that.
He'll never forget that, man.
And just a week and a half ago, there was conviction in Texas for a female police officer who went into this man's house and shot him. He lived in the same building she lived in. She got convicted of murder, right? But there's people feeling sorry and giving her sympathy, right? Why? Why does she need any sympathy? Because she got convicted of murder?
And she should have been, like I said, she's a police officer, really. So you're a police officer that's supposed to be, your skills are supposed to be way more effective, and your skills should be way more heightened, I'm trying to say, than the average citizen. And you can't tell your apartment from somebody else's apartment. I mean, as soon as the hallways all look the same. But I mean, I'm quite sure her apartment isn't decorated like his. I'm quite sure the couch that man was sitting on was not like her couch. And I'm quite sure he wasn't sitting up there in the dark.
She knew what she was doing. And his neighbor was killed last week. They shot him in the mouth. Well, they're saying that it wasn't the police who did it. Come on. We stuck on stupid.
Well,
he was a character. He was a key witness in this murder trial by this police officer. Right. Now he's dead.
Yeah. But I mean, we don't.
Another man of color.
Yeah, but we don't want to say that we don't know who did it. So,
well,
we shouldn't put that out there like that.
Well, it's out there. Okay.
You know.
Fact is the fact. The man's dead.
He
was a witness in this case.
Right.
She's convicted, and she's going to do what? 5 years.
10 years, but 5 years eligible for parole, which she more likely will get out in 5. We know that. Right. So, like I said, we hate coming at you guys. Our thing is that we like to enjoy ourselves, but we always have to stop and just tell it like it is.
Exactly. But like I said, I'm going back to this. Let's start a movement or something to get these police officers across this country trained the same way the FBI and the CIA are trained. We probably have less killings, okay? Because we all have children. We teach our children. If police pull you over, police stop you, give the officer respect. Say, call him officer. Right. Let him know he's an officer.
Right.
And if he's a law enforcement person, then you got to respect him.
And we want to say too that we're not lumping all officers into this. We know there are thousands and thousands and thousands of good police officers out there. Now we know that. So we really want to say that they put their life on the line for us every day and do the right thing and don't go killing people for no reason. So we want to say that, and we want to say thank you to those officers.
Yes, I have friends that are in law enforcement.
So do I. Who know how to use restraint, who know what to do in certain situations, and that don't act recklessly. My thinking is, this guy shouldn't have been on the department in the first place. Some of them slipped through. He'd only been on the department for a year and a half. Some people slip through the cracks, even in training and even as officers. Yes. So some kind of way this guy slipped through, because I tell you, he should have never been on the force.
There's a lot like him.
Yeah, he should have never been on the force in the first place. So
yes.
Yeah. So, but anyway, hey, like us.
Subscribe. Get that book, Open Season.
Get that book he was telling you about.
Stay tuned. We're going to keep bringing you.
Stay tuned.